Hello, my name is Tina and welcome to my channel. This is another quite interesting video. Um, Tonight I would like to elaborate a bit more on crossing over to the other side. Um, Many people assume that once they cross over, okay, once this life is over here, that they go into some sort of place, and there's usually two places in mind. One is heaven or hell. Um, Depends how good you were here, and it's all about being rewarded, okay, or punished. So I'm gonna um, talk about how I see it really, because um, based on my long-term research, there's lots of misconceptions about the afterlife itself. Um, I used to be um, much into the New Age philosophy years ago. After I ditched my religion, I had this need to cling onto something that it was like a transition period that I guess lasted far too long before I realized that there was not much in it for me. But it was a period of time that I needed to leave religion behind, and that gap allowed me to um, find few things that I would like to question and basically investigate a bit. Yes, I've been always interested in afterlife because it's such a fascinating subject. Because I mean, we're all mortals, guys. We're all gonna cross over one day, and I was always kind of person that I wanted to know more about what's gonna happen. I mean, what is this great beyond all about? There's many books written about it, many personal stories and accountants like NDEs and things that people base their little bit of knowledge on, and assume that this is all the way it is, because there's so many like similarities, especially when somebody goes through NDE experience. There's many similar cases, like it's always the beings of light, there's always some sort of higher power, there's always some sort of higher authority, like religious figures and stuff. Um, well, have you noticed, guys, one thing, that all that is almost overwhelmingly stuffed at us, like thrown at us, that this kind of theme, the beings of light, there's a tunnel, there's judgment and all that. Now, I started to investigate and look a little bit in between, and I mean, or rather the other way. So I eliminated the tunnel, I eliminated the beings of light, I eliminated the judgment, and that general theme, that this love, this beauty that people apparently witness. Why did I do that? Because there are also encounters that don't talk about love, don't talk about beauty. There are encounters of terror and horror, all sort of scary, rather, places that people see during those experiences, rather than the so-called heaven. I already made videos, though, what heaven really is, what I think it is. Basically, I came to the conclusion that heaven is a state of mind, and each of us is capable of creating our own heaven. Okay, so I always encourage also everyone who watches my video, please, guys, do some homework while you are still here, before you cross over. Okay, if you still have some time, do some research and concentrate on your own creation of that special space, of that place, space, environment that you wish to find yourself once you cross over. Now, tonight I'm going to talk about that crossing over, and what really happens, many people think that once you leave the body, that some sort of miracle happens, and they're going to be transformed into somebody that they are not. I mean, they're going to suddenly have access to this overwhelming deep knowledge, that they're going to know everything. That It's almost like having access to anything and everything only because you left your body, which is not the case at all. How does it work? You are exactly the same person upon crossing over, after you cross over, as you were just before you crossed over, whoever you were here. It's like people think, oh, I'm going to have these talents, maybe abilities and stuff. It doesn't happen that way, guys. You are who you are, and you take with you everything that who you became during this lifetime. I'm not talking about learning here or lessons or evolution of the soul. No, I'm talking about your everyday habits. I'm talking about your basic things that you keep repeating doing or not doing, your state of mind, your awareness, how deep it is. If you question things or if you don't, that means you're a follower and you're just going with the flow. All that you take with you. And I always state, please look into it closely, guys, because remember one thing, your beliefs gonna create your own reality. Yes, this is all about that. If your awareness is deep, that means you are a solvent being, independent thinker, someone who understands that something is wrong in this so-called earthly paradise, and you asked a lot of questions and you did your homework, at least between the basics of in that area, that you understand that there's not going to be God waiting for you or some angels preparing the place for you, that your own mind, your own soul is going to be creating that very space. I'll give you an example here, guys. Let's say that perhaps you are the person who was always timid and shy in here, and for that reason relied on other people in every way. Could be financially, could be emotionally, could be that you shed all the responsibilities of everything and anything and expect others to solve things for you, solve your problems for you. You're going to take that inability with you. Yes, that's correct. When you're crossing over, everything that you become here, that timid person, that shy person, or confident, whatever, it's gonna come and reflect of who you really are. Now, I I normally say that we all have this core inside of us within that cannot be ever changed. But because we are here on this planet, what changes? It's our view, how we see this world, and we create habits, little things, that you normally do. It's like patterns in here. So all that becomes who you are, how you do things, how you think, how you react. That's gonna be taken, following you in exact manner. You're not gonna become some sudden master of something. If you were not master here, you're not going to be master up there. If you were unable to solve your problems here, yes, there's going to be challenging situations awaiting you to solve something up there. So you have to almost like prove to yourself, yes, I have the ability to do something for myself, and I don't need others, and I don't want anybody else to do things for me, because I'm quite capable of taking care of myself. So this is very important to remember. Yes, because it's almost like if you are stuck in a rut here and you're unable to resolve something, and especially if something is lasting many decades, okay, then you're not going to be automatically that person that is able and capable only because you crossed over. No, you're going to be exactly the same person. And what really happens? People who are not prepared on crossing over. First of all, based on my research, everybody is met by someone if you're crossing over. If you're prepared, you got more power, you've got more ability to do things for you, obviously, because you are solvent person probably. But if you're not prepared, then you're going to be relying on someone to take care of you, because you're going to cross over between that astral body or spirit body. There's different definitions how people call it. I call it, okay, astral body, all right? You're going to find yourself somewhere. Maybe somebody's going to take you somewhere and give you a room and a bed and take care of you for a little while, so you can get used to your own bearings around, and then it's up to you to move on. If you're not going to move on because you were stuck in the rut in here on this side of life in the physical world, there's a chance that you won't be able to make the steps of moving on there either. And there's a danger attached to it, because everything is temporary. Once you cross over, you're going to find yourself in a place when you're not prepared, okay? That place is going to reflect your state of mind. And if you are not religious, let's say, if you never had any beliefs or anything, you're still going to be taken somewhere. You're going to appear somewhere where there's someone who will provide the basics for you. But if you're not going to take initiative and do something and have some immediate plans to move, then it's going to be decided for you. And there's a danger of reincarnation. Yes, that's right. Because someone say, look, you've been here for X amount of time, for quite a while now, and we can see you're not doing nothing, you're just coming here and sleeping and whatever, we're taking care of you, but you do not show any ability or initiative of moving on from here. Why don't you go back to Earth to reincarnate? Because you obviously don't belong here. You cannot stay here forever. Same goes for for other states of minds. There could be, like, if you're religious, for example. Obviously, I said a few times before that if you haven't found God in here, you're not going to find God up there either. So, but you will pass on somewhere where there's religious people, like-minded people, going to be also praying a lot, talking about God and all this, but you're still going to be looking and looking and looking and still praying, still waiting, and nothing will happen. Because it's, I always say, you are the creator. You are the divine creator being. Unless you wake up to that, okay, and realize that you have the power and everything is basically in your own hands, that nothing is going to be changing miraculously suddenly, okay? So you're going to continue in the same state of mind. You're going to follow what you were doing here. Whatever you were doing here before, you're going to follow and do the same pattern. Relying on other people, if you did it here and you didn't stand up for yourself, that's one thing. If you were unable to resolve something, or you left lots of loose ends and projects that were all started but never finished, this is exactly what is going to be awaiting you onto that other side. You're going to continue in the same mode until you snap out of it and say to yourself, wait a minute, something isn't right. I've been doing this up there and now it's followed me here. What's going on? You see, but then, it's never too late to change, but it is better to be prepared while you're still in the physical body, rather than leave this questioning and this sudden turn of action to the afterlife. That's why I'm saying it's important, guys. Study what this life is all about. Ask questions. And once you come to certain conclusions, at least you are seeker, at least you're questioning things, you're questioning the system, you're questioning why the things are in a certain way in here, why there's so much misery here, why there's so much inconsistency and deception in here, really. At least start questioning, because if you're going to cross over being a seeker and questioning things, there's almost guaranteed that nobody's going to be standing on your way and say, oh, you have to come with me because we got a place for you. they're not going to be bothering you because you are seeker, you're asking questions, and you will automatically say, ask, by the way, who are you? Under what authority are you standing here and telling me that I should come with you or do certain things? I don't think so. So this is how you stand up for yourself and learn how to be. And I suggest always, please start while you're still here within this physical body. This is extremely important, guys, because people think that automatically there's a heaven made for everybody who is good, who is religious, that they're going to be rewarded for being good in here. It doesn't work that way. There is not such a thing as heaven built and everybody goes only because you were good here. It's all about creativity, all about beliefs, okay? If you believe that, of course, that you are good and you're doing something and continuing this, and you believe that you're creator, then you're going to create your own heaven. But if you believe that you are a good person, but instead of taking things into your own hands, you're relying on some god, on some deity, on some external forces, this is exactly what will happen. And it's I think that this is like a trap, spiritual trap, that people believe that there's heaven awaiting and all this. Some would say, yeah, but what about those NDEs that they witness all the time, these beautiful places, this love, these beings of light? Well, I got a reason to believe and to say so now that this is all a massive, big deception, and unfortunately, as wonderful as those experiences are, and there's no doubt that they are real experiences, okay, those are also done under great deceit. People are deceived and lied to. For one thing, I mean, everybody's will is broken when they experiencing NDE, because everybody's kicked back to the body. Oh no, it's not your time yet. That's all people hear. That you have to go back because there's a mission to do, that you haven't finished something. It's all this time, all this team, okay? And yes, and I mean, I've been studying lots of NDEs, so I know a little bit about the pattern, what to look for. And it's actually horrific, really. I mean, people go back from this traumatic experience, because the NDE usually happens when there's some sort of trauma to the body, and they take a long time to recover. And they say, oh, I've been in heaven, I've seen God, this Jesus spoke to me. And, you know, they read books, they talk, make speeches, seminars, and whatever. But I also fast forwarded quite a few cases of these people that they wait and wait because they were promised that there's some sort of mission here, and they wait 20, 30 years and there isn't any mission, they find out. So they become very depressed because some even question and say, well, wait a minute, what was that all about? I thought I saw heaven and stuff, and here I am in the misery, with the declining health, getting old, battling every day, dealing with poverty, with loneliness. What was that all about? Why did I have to come back here to deal with all this, you know? So yes, this is done, I call it like a spiritual propaganda. So these people come back and tell everybody about Jesus, everybody about God, everybody about heaven. But is it really like this? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yes, as I said, I've been doing this for quite a few years, looking into those things, and those are my conclusions, guys, okay? That each and every one of us have to do their own preparation, because this is very individual thing. It's not like masses are forwarded to some, there's an arrow pointing, there's a heaven on the right, turn right, and everybody goes to heaven if you are good, and if you are not so good, on the left only there's hell. No, it doesn't work like this. It's a big bunch of nonsense. I'm sorry, but this is what it is. You have to individually take responsibility of preparing your own mind. Your own awareness has to be on that level of understanding that you are the one, the master of your own fate. Okay, that whatever you prepare, whatever your belief system is, this is exactly what's gonna happen. Yes, so I encourage you guys to look into it, okay, and prepare and gather as much information as possible, because this is the most important thing one can do within this life, okay? Not some diploma that you become a doctor or whatever you learn about that works for you within this earthly reality belongs to this earthly reality. We're talking about over that time when you cross over to the other side, preparation for that. So the more you know about it, the more you realize that you are in charge, basically, that you are able to create your own space, the better you will feel and the more confident you will feel also, because that belief alone that will give you confidence that once you over there, that you are doing something constructive, that you're building your own reality, your own new existence between that space where you're gonna get. Yes, it is very. Please remember, guys, death is not like termination of life. No, this is transformation to another level. So this is a very important thing to remember, that there is no such a thing as death. It's a transformation. You leave this meat suit and then you transform into the other level. So please believe me, this is how it goes. Because you're crossing over, you're not going to suddenly become some sort of great master only because you crossed over, so all the knowledge and all the wisdom going to come to you. No, it doesn't work that way. No. Everything has to be, in a sense, earned. Yes, earned in a sense, if you know what is happening here, then you earning that spot in your mind of questioning, okay? Once you question things, when you look around, that things don't add up, this is how you become seeker. And you take this seeking ability with you too. But it is important to wake up to this. Don't sit and relax. Oh, I'm religious. God the Father is gonna prepare great place. There's heaven waiting for me. No, it doesn't work that way. It was a great heaven. I mean, how come reincarnation exists and people are recycled over and over and over? Because there isn't any heaven. Okay. So if you take matters into your own hands, only then you can create that space and place that you say, wait a minute, I don't wish to reincarnate. I don't want to take any participation in that bullshit, basically, what's being fed to us in here. I'm a sovereign being, I'm an independent thinker, and I know what I want. So once you're prepared, nothing will stand on your way, guys, okay? Preparation is the key. Okay, that would be it for today. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Please take care for now. Bye bye.